just going to talk about a couple of trades that I took today. Made some nice profit. So the first thing was S&P 500 futures. This is what I traded. I traded SPX based on how the futures were moving. So it gave me a nice idea of what to expect here. So I was looking at the daily time frame on the futures first, just to kind of see, okay, what could possibly happen here. So if we look at the daily time frame, we already know that this is a big wick. A lot of buying pressure came here. This area was held and it was defended, right? However, I'm still bearish on the market because there's a lot of room that the market has to cover before I can turn bullish. And so when I was looking at this, I wanted to see that, okay, this is a good bounce yesterday. Will we have a follow through? Looks like we are going to have a follow through. And when I was observing the shorter time frames, I saw this is the VWAP right here on the 5-minute. Price was crossing above it on pre-market. So futures trade, you guys know they do trade after hours as well, and they do trade 24 hours until Friday close, and then they reopen Sunday evening. So this gave me a good indication right here that buyers did want to kind of control and they did want to push up. So the price pushed here, came back down, consolidated, had a nice push, came back, and it still held that level here above VWAP, and it continued to move higher. So that was where my analysis was building on how I executed a trade. So I look at the 5-minute, and I also look at the 3-minute, and I use my 1 hour with a volume profile, right? So I was looking at the previous point of controls where the price traded and where the control was, or where the most price accepted was, and I could see the point of controls were in this area over the past few days before the market fell, right? So I was expecting a possible bounce to this zone, which is 43.17. So if we get above this, there's a chance we can easily rip to 43.90. So this is my target that I had. So looking at this, this could have been an overreaction based on the news in Russia and so forth. But in the short term, that's fine. And if we look at the trend line to the downside, we have a clear trend line break as well. So on our time frame, so this is another tell sign that possibly we could start to have a push higher because a downtrend, an interim downtrend, has been broken. Now, this is a small time frame that we're looking at, so do not take big positions into the next month or the month after that. So I'm a day trader, so when I look at this, it makes sense because my time horizon is very, very small. Okay, so if we look at this, so how did I execute this trade? My first trade came right about here when we consolidated right before the market opened. I took a quick scalp to the upside, made a nice profit. I saw the price was coming down, but as you guys can see, the price did not come all the way down here to where the move came, so it started to bounce. So what I was looking for was that, okay, price on the 3-minute is holding above VWAP, is holding in the upper channel now, right? It's consolidating here. And I was looking at the 5-minute time frame as well. So when this price pushed up, right? So this is where I entered another position right about here. Okay, I entered my position here because I saw buying pressure come in, as you guys can see here. So on this candlestick, buying pressure come in. So when I enter on the 3-minute, I exit if the price goes below the 5-day EMA on the 5-minute time frame. That is a discipline. I will exit if the price is above the VWAP and goes above the 5-day EMA on the 3-minute time frame. I'll exit based on the 5-minute. Okay, and it has to close. It doesn't mean it crosses below, I'm gonna panic sell. It has to close below, right? So when I got in here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna enter, see what happens. Price starts to come down, doesn't close below the 5, holds the 5, keeps holding it. And as you can see on the 5-minute time frame on this side, this move alone gave me an amazing profit today. It just had an amazing run, right? So because now market didn't want to go higher, it still can rip to 43.90 before the end of the day, maybe not, but that was my target. This was a demand zone, previous demand, now resistance zone that I'm watching. We're closing above this, right? So it's a nice it was a nice scalp opportunity for me that I was able to take. So another one that was here presented itself today was Tesla. Tesla, as you guys can see here on the 3-minute right here, we can see the price going above the VWAP, and the 5-day EMA is also moving upwards. And so if we took this trade right about here, consolidation, and we're not going to exit until the price closes below the 5. So this trade would have taken us from this trade would have taken us from 796 all the way till about 808. So it would have been a nice move here, right? As a nice quick scalp move opportunity as well as Nvidia. I did trade Nvidia today, but I traded for a loss. So what happened was I entered right about here at the break, looked at this play possibly that it could keep moving higher. There's a lot of talks Nvidia could possibly break, and then you see here I got a close right below the 5-day EMA. I got stopped out right about here. Right, so it's just a discipline that I'm following, and I exit. So some trades work, some don't. But as you guys can see, I posted my charts, my profit and losses in the beginning of the video. Have a look at those, and look at other videos that I post as well with the pre-market analysis as why you should enter, when you should exit, what you should watch for, what are the big levels. Right now in this market, I'm scalping, and why I'm scalping is because I'm still bearish on the market. And I'll talk about that more in an upcoming video, which I will post after hours today, and discussing what happened in the stock market, what I'm going to expect in the coming weeks, and hopefully, that can help you guys become better traders.